Well, welcome back to the Swordsport Podcast, looking through the world of fencing through the OSU fencing lens. This is our fourth season. I'm your host, Don Anthony, and I am with the legendary, illustrious Natalia Botello. Natalia, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for hosting me, Don. For me, it's an honor to share my experience with you.
Well, I am looking forward to that sharing with me and then with all of our audience as well.
Of course.
So, first of all, just tell me a little bit about where you're from and then how did you get into fencing? Your journey to get to OSU.
Okay, well, my name is Natalia Botello. I'm from Mexico. I represent Mexico in the sport called fencing. I've been doing fencing for 12 years. I started when I was 11. And, well, when I started, I was ballerina ballet my entire life.
Oh, a dancer,
so,
huh?
Yes,
All right.
So I didn't, know about, sports because my life was into dance.
Artiste?
Yes. So I was in school. And I think at that time in Mexico, it should be, 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I was in school and I was playing with my friends and the rest time that we have. And then they just leave me. They leave me playing alone. And I was like, what happened here? So then I see all my friends around a guy. And the guy, he was like, you, what year you are? Hand. Are you right-hander or left-handed? And I remember I still walking to him. And then he looked straight at me and he was like, you. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, what happened? And he was like, what year you are? And I was like, 02. And he was like, okay, are you right-handed or left-handed? And I said, left. And he was like, fencing. Done just like that. And I was like, oh, fencing? What is this? I was like, what is fencing? So, a week later, I get a note paper that they say that I need to do kind of I don't know how you say when you a test.
Oh, a test.
Yeah, a test for be part of the...
An examen?
See, for be part of the state fencing team.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
So in that time, I didn't know what fencing was.
And you were in Tijuana at the time?
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I'm from Mexico, Tijuana, Baja California. That it's the border with California, San Diego. So recap. Okay. So I remember that when I get into the fencing training, I didn't like it because it was, first of all, so hard.
Oh.
It was a different training that we do dancing to be a pro athlete that you are in.
But your ballet is same positions, first and second position.
Yes, but it's not that hard, because you're not training for a medal. You just dance.
Okay.
I mean, I do it for a hobby. I didn't do it I'm going to dance to be a professional ballerina ballet.
Okay.
It just what for fun, for do something.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they told me for fencing, I meet my coach. His name is Alain Tandron, and he's Cuban. He's from Cuba. So, Cuban people, they don't talk to you. They yell at you, but that's the way that they speak, And I wasn't aware that Cuban people talk like this.
That was normal?
Yes. So I remember that after my first training session, I say to my mom, you know what? I don't like this sport. And she was like, oh, Natalia, why? And I was like, my coach, he's yell at me all the time. And he was like, who yell at you? And I was like, my coach. And he was like, oh, no, I'm going to talk to him. And I was like, okay. So I remember in the facility that they train all the sports. Mm-hmm. And I remember see the people from racquetball. And I see the girls in the skirt. And I was like, oh, I want to use a skirt
so
too.
Cute.
Yes. And then I told my mom, I want to be a racquetball player. And she was like, what is that? And I was like, I don't know. I know they wear skirt and I
like
want to
the
use
outfit.
it. Yes. And she was like, okay. So she talked to the guy that he told me that I'm going to be a fencer. And my mom said to him, you know what? My daughter, she don't wants to do fencing. She wants to do racquetball. And he was like, well, I don't see in your daughter that like the attitude
she
or
doesn't-
like,
she didn't see a racquetball player.
Yeah, or the skills. But I was like, Mom, but he just look at me like he didn't even like ask me like, do you play sport? Like nothing. And he was like, if you let your daughter a year in fencing, and she likes it, she will be a champion.
Mm.
But if you like just change her to another sport, I don't promise that she can be a champion. And she was like, well, what you want to do? And I was like, well, I want to be the best. and my mom said like, well, you need to like talk to your coach and say that, you know what? Don't yell at me. You need to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to Don Ron. We do like, like
you shook
peace.
on it.
Yes, like,
Mhm.
okay, we're good. And then I start fencing. When I start fencing, Don, at first, I really like it because, like it's like the adrenaline that you feel when you're in the bout. But it was so hard for me, First of all, for school, like being in school and like in sport, it was hard because I have ADHD. Oh, how do you say?
ADHD.
ADHD. So for me, it's so hard to like being focused on two things at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom, she was telling me that, well, do you like fencing? Because it's expensive and we need to get you like your gear.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like it. And she was like, are you going to be a champion, Natalia? And I was like, yeah, Mama, I will. One day. And she was like, okay, let's do this. So she helping me a lot. My mom helping me this journey. She talked to my professor and she said like, you know what? Natalia is starting doing fencing. She's going to be like competing a lot in Mexico in the nationals. So maybe she won't be able to get like the homework at time. And my professor, they was like really chill. They was like, okay, if you want to be, I don't know, whatever you want to be, good. Just give me my homework and good grades.
Get it done.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it was nice. After a year that I start fencing, I finished my first Summer Olympics, but in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And I finished at 8th place.
Okay.
Yes.
First year,
I remember. And I was upset because I was like, I don't training for this. I training for win. Mm. And then a year after, I won my Summer Olympics. Mm-hmm. And then I started winning. 2 years later, I qualified for my first World Cup, but I wasn't able to go because I was 13.
Oh, that's
and they told me you need to be 14 to be able to start.
Or about to turn 14.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was so sad, Don.
Oh.
Because I qualified, I worked so much for that, and then they told me you know what? It's just for your age, and I was like, what?
Why me?
Yes, but then I worked so hard, and a year after that, I was having 4 years in fencing at that time.
Okay.
I become the first Mexican junior world champion.
Yes, you did.
And actually, for that journey...
And you were 14 then.
Yes, I was 14. It was my second world championship. Oh, because in my first world championship, I finished 6th place in the cadet.
In the cadet?
Yes.
Okay.
So I remember that all my journey to become world champion, it was hard for me, but it was so excited too, because at the same point, I was like traveling and living a life that I didn't imagine to live in this sport. So when I become world champion, I remember like that season, it was like really horrible season for me. All the tournaments, most of it, I do pool.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You didn't get out of the pools the whole season?
No.
Wow.
And I think like the most I did, it was like the first round, like 128.
First
Yes.
bout of the D's.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like done, all my tournaments. So when I came to the World Championship in cadet, I remember that my coach talked to me and he said like, Natalia, we have been working for this so much. So just enjoy. Mm-hmm. I think that's the key of everything.
Absolutely.
Enjoy. And that day, Dawn, I remember that my coach said, you know what? Enjoy. I enjoy. And I got third. And it was so excited. It was a really fun tournament.
Was that at the Worlds or World Cup?
Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Bulgaria.
Oh, Plovdiv, where we've gone so many times.
Mm-hmm. So it was my first day tournament, and I was like mindset that I want to win a medal. I was like, I don't know. I don't care the color. I want a medal so bad. Like I've been
going to be up on that podium.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I get third. And then like 2 days after, it was the junior individual.
So for those of you who don't know, so the cadets are 17 and under. Mm-hmm. She was 14 and finished third in that. And then the next day is the 20 and under. So continue. I just want to know at 14.
Okay. So the like next day I compete in juniors, and my coach told me like, you know what? You did well in your competition. You did third. So you don't have to prove anyone in this like tournament today that you're the best. Just enjoy. And I was like, you know what? I want to do top 64. That was my goal, like 64. And then I remember in pools, I lost 3 and I won 2.
Oh.
Yes.
Not great, but you got up.
Yes. I was like, yes. So excited. So then my first bout, it was with a girl from Chile. Mm-hmm. I beat her, and then I was in top 64. Mm-hmm. And then I was fencing with a Russian girl. Mm. Yes. And in fencing, I think in sabre, Russian people are really good. Mm-hmm. And at that time, it was like killing it. So I was so nervous, Dawn. I remember I threw up. Like I was like, and my coach say like, you know what? Enjoy. And I was like, okay. I won 15-14.
Ooh.
Yes.
Right on the edge.
Yes. I screamed like if I won the world championship. Ah! And then I remember in top 32, I was fencing a Korean girl. Mm-hmm. So for this day, after I beat the Russian girl, I remember I was like, am I in 32? Like, what the heck? Like, what is happening? And I didn't expect I was going to win. I was enjoying my day. Yeah. I was doing my fencing. I don't know.
Oh, you were taking risks.
And it was something I cannot even explain how I felt that day. But I was having my match with that Korean girl. I beat her 15-14 again. Again.
Barely
another
surviving.
Match. Yes. And then in the next match, I was fencing Elizabeth Tartakovsky.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. She's a really good fencer. She's Olympian. Amazing. Yeah. I was nervous because...
And she was top fencer at that time.
Yes. And I remember I was nervous because I know her from the Pan Ams. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, Well, it was like nice to do top 16. I am glad. Thank you, Jesus. And then I start fencing and I won. And I was like, what? I'm speechless. Have no words for this. So I won. And then in top 8, before that, it was the match between Julieta, that it's my teammate, and Emura.
Japanese.
So, yes, Japan. So between those two, the girl who won, is going with me like the next match.
Oh.
Yes. So I was like nervous. And I remember seeing like my teammates match and I was like, oh, let's go, Julieta. And then she lost and I was like, no, because it was top 8. And I understand that if we fence 2 Mexicans forget a medal, there's like secure medal for Mexico, but it was between me and Japan. And I was like, what I'm going to do. So I remember my coach told me like, Natalia, enjoy your day. You don't need to prove anyone that you're the best. Enjoy. Okay. I won my match of top 16 and he was like, Natalia, I'm going to talk to you, but no pressure. Okay. And I was
Stop enjoying. Let's get to work.
And I was like, okay. And he was like, if you win the next match, you can do history, but no pressure.
No pressure.
Okay. But if you win the top 8, you're going to be like the first Mexican to have 2 medals in world championship, but enjoy. Okay. And I was like, what am I going to do? Because, at that time I was like, I'm going to fight for a medal because I know I have like everything to get that medal. I've been working for that. So I went to Emura. I get the spot in the semifinals. And then when you get in the semifinals, they give you like a break, like 2 hours to like reset, and then you came back to the semifinals. And in that time, I remember that my coach, he was talking to me and he was saying, Natalia, you've been doing so well this season. I'm so proud of you. Whatever you want to do, go ahead. Be brave. Like we don't want another bronze medal. Or do you? And I was like, no.
I already got one of those.
And he was like, okay, so we're going to fight now. And I was like, okay. So I'm Christian. And I remember all that day I was talking with God and saying like, you know what? I've been doing this for so long. And you know my heart and my like desires. So whatever you want to give me today, I'm good. I'm good. And in my semifinals, I was fencing a Russian girl who at that time it was ranked first. That it's Olga Nikitina. She's from Russia. And I was nervous because obviously I want to win. But at that time, all the day talking with God, I feel like, like that confidence that I don't care. I'm going to like beat you anywhere. I beat her in semifinals. And when we was in the final done, I was just like, this is unbelievable. You know how someone that do pools the entire season, it's in the final and the world championship.
Hey, everything can happen.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. It's just something that people say that when it's your day, it's your day. And when I was in the final, I was fencing this Greek girl. She's Teodora Contura. She's really good too. And I remember, first of all, she's so tall.
Yeah.
She's so tall. I'm like 5 foot, five something. I'm short. She was so long. So in sabre, it's like difficult to fence someone who is like tall when you are short. So with Delora, it was the plan totally different because she's tall. So the distance is changed. So I start winning this match 8-3.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? World champion. I was like, thank you. Yes. So that was the first mistake that I made. You know, like being like so relaxed because I was winning 8-3. And then she started like scoring touch and touch and touch. And then I was losing 14-13. How? I don't know, Don. I remember that when I was losing 14-13, she just changed her body cords because it like broke. And I was crying. She was changing the body cord and I was in my mask crying. And I remember like everyone was like screaming like, Natalia, do this. And I was inside my mask, Don, saying to God, like, you know what? You don't bring me all the way here just to lose this medal. No, I'm not agree with this. No. So I'm going to win. I don't know how. You're going to help me. So I remember like just see my coach, like if he's saying like something. And I don't know, like if it was because I was in a tournament, but I don't hear his voice. I just look at him and he was like, and I was like, okay. So I was like, Natalia, calm. And at that time, it was when we fenced like 3 meters. 3 meters?
3 meters.
Yes. So it was like more like, well, for me, it was good. I like that distance. But I remember when we scored 14-14, I don't remember what I did. I do it. And then Don, when I when I won, I was like, I didn't realize what I do.
You don't even remember?
No. I just remember like get like flashbacks, and then I like my coach grabbing my face and he was like, I love you, Natalia. And I was like, yeah, me too. And he was like, I love you, you're the best. And I was like, yes. And I start crying because I was like, I won.
Yeah, you did.
I won. I was so excited, Don. And then after that, I think everything's changed. Because I know that I was able to do great things. So people expect great things from me. So it was kind of like have like a heavy bag on my shoulders, you know? Yes, because now everyone expect that I can do again like one.
Well, I mean, you only won the juniors at 14.
Exactly. And my coach said, oh, you have like 5 more world championship that you can win. And he was like so excited. And I was like, oh, 5 more. I can be 5 more times world champion. So that was different because at that time, I just started like not enjoying my fencing and more like a work.
It was a job.
Yes. You know,
trabajo.
Sí, dinero. Because after my world championship title, Mexico committee give you like award for that, and I was like, oh, wow. So I get money doing the things that I like. So I see it like a job. So I stop enjoying what I'm doing, and then I start working like a robot. I get my 3rd world championship in Verona. And it was the time that you can qualify for the Youth Olympic Games in Argentina. So it was like a really tough season because they only qualify 2 per continent.
2 per continent.
Yes.
Per zone.
So at that time, well, in the spot of America, we have Canada, USA, Mexico, Brazil.
Yeah, right. It's all the continent.
And you can only get your spot in the World Championship. And in that tournament, everything can happen. You know, you can have a good day, do 3rd, or you can have a bad day and do like 1st round. So I was nervous. And I remember that journey that we start to qualify for the Youth Olympic Games, I was like excited for the tournament, but not excited at all because I know what I have to sacrifice to get there. So I'm always being like really like a house child. I love being with my family, enjoying time with them, and like being like far from my family.
Out on the road,
yes,
traveling.
Yes, and I was 15 at that time. So, you know, I want to be in my house with my siblings and my mommy, like, I love you, Natalia.
Hey, my baby.
Yes. And I was like in another country, like fencing. So I was happy because I was traveling, but at the end I was like still a child, you know, that needs her family. So we went to a lot of camps in the US. We went to Boston. We went to New York for training camps. And in the World Championships, I remember that it was a really like tough day because you get the spot in your individual. So first of all, I have the pressure that I was coming from being a world champion. And second one, I came like to get a medal from both like
cadets and you.
Yes. So people was expecting me to do the same that I did last year. And I don't blame that. I can do it. But you know, like everyone's training too, everyone putting effort
Everybody's out there.
Yes. And for me it was kind of like hard done because Mexico put so much pressure on me. And okay, yes, what I did was so impressive, but I was still a child. You know, you can be more kind. But then I remember that day, like all the tournament and cadet, it was really good. It was so excited, the tournament. And when I was in the semifinal, I was fencing a Hungarian girl. That it's Lisa. Lisa, she's yes, she's an amazing fencer too. She's really good,
especially at that time.
She really was like, and I remember we like fenced, and it was like 1-1. I won one, then I lost the other one, then she won, then she lost. So it was like 1-1. So I was so nervous in my cadet because I want to win. I don't want to like repeat the bronze medal. I was like, I want to win. So no, I'm sorry, my cadet, my semifinal, it was with Alexis.
Yep.
Alexis Anglade, yes. I like to fence with her. And I remember I was, at that time of the tournament, I was excited because I already get my spot.
You'd already cooked.
Yes. But it was stressful too because I need to be in the semifinal to get my spot. You know, like just Alexis and I get the spot, but we made into the semifinals.
So both of you had qualified at that point.
Yes,
right?
Because we was fighting the spot. My Mexican teammates, that they lost, and one lost in, no, both of them lost in top 16. So it was hard. And then in top 8 is still like a live Brazilian girl. So it was like, yes. So when we get to the semifinal, Alexis and I, we spot or like how do you say, like our spot in the...
You secured your spot. Yes.
We secured a spot in the Youth Olympic Games. And I remember when I get that spot, I talked to my coach and I said, like, you know what? I qualified for the Youth Olympic Games, but I don't want to qualify for Youth Olympic Games. I want to qualify for the big Olympic, like the real ones. And he was like, Natalia, but for like that journey, it's hard. You know, it's totally different from junior. And I was like, I don't care. I want to go to the Olympics. Okay. So I got my spot. I worked for that tournament. I went to the tournament, and first of all, it was amazing then.
Yeah, it was a good tournament.
I remember that I was saying, like, is this feel at Youth Olympic Games? I don't want to imagine how it feels like the real ones. I mean, still the real ones, but
No, but it gives you it. It's designed to get you that feel of what it feels like to go to the senior Olympics.
So it was so excited, first of all, because we was like all the nations, like just sharing, being like normal people, a community.
Yeah, the whole village and everything.
Yes. Yeah. It was so excited. I remember, and that tournament, it was like really short tournament. Mm-hmm. We only were like 16 fencers.
Mm-hmm. So max 16.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it was a really short tournament. We prepare so much, but more than physically, we prepare mentally. Mm-hmm. Because my coach, he was saying, like, you know what? You're good physically, but like here, no. And more because at that time I was like, I was get like so easily angry with the referees. Mm-hmm. I don't have patience with that at that time. And my coach, we were trying to like work on that, because when you feel like it's your touch and they don't give it to you because they see the way they see, I was like, no, I'm done. I'm not fencing anymore. Yes, because I was saying, like, I'm not going to fence for this. And my coach said, Natalia, it's just one touch. Let's go. And I was like, no. So we was trying to change my mind. So at that point, we worked so hard, both me and my coach, and physically and mentally work. And that day in the tournament, my mind was really bad. I was so nervous. Like, if it was like my first tournament, I was like, what I'm doing here?
Deer in the headlights.
Yes. So they talked to me. My mom and my grandma went to that tournament. So I was like motivated too. I was like, I have to do it. I have to do it. Like, I can do it. And I get second place. I lost against Lisa.
Again. That year.
Again. So yes, I lost, but I was happy because
you fenced well.
Yes, I fenced well, and I see the videos, and I was like, girl,
she was just really, at that point in time, she was really on her game. Her game was just good.
Exactly.
At that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when Youth Olympic Games in 2018 finished it was the time for preparing to Tokyo, because we have like 2 years to get qualified. So I remember my coach talked to me and said, like, Natalia, do you want to become an Olympian? And I was like, yes. And he was like, okay, we are going to work for that. So we start working for that. And I think I get like overload, too much fencing.
Yep. Especially at that age.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I work all the season, like the 2 years to qualify for Tokyo. I went to all the tournaments, but the tournament that qualify.
The qualifier.
Yes.
Zonal qualifier.
It was in Belgium at that time. It was the last World Cup. And I remember that my teammate, Julieta, she was ahead. She was in the first place in the Mexico ranking. So my only way to go to like the Olympics for me, it was to qualify to the, how do you say the tournament when qualify for the Olympics?
Just the zonal qualifier.
That one. But for qualify for that one, you have to be the first in your
to
country.
Even go.
So I was placed second.
So you didn't get to go.
No. And I remember that my coach talked to me and he was like, you know what? The only thing that you have to do is top 64 in the World Cup and you qualify. And you like,
because then you qualify out of the zone.
Yes. And no, for like to be in the first place, and Julieta came down to the second one, because she was
from
like,
the team.
Yes. So I can get qualified to the zone qualify and then
the zone qualify.
Yes. So I remember, Don, that I was having like my ticket, everything to win to that tournament. And I just talked to my coach like 2 days before, and I say, like, you know what? I don't want to go to the Olympics.
I remember that.
I don't want to go. He just like,
He lost his mind.
what? And I was like, I don't want to go. And he was like, what happened to you? Like,
what happened? What happened?
I think I get like too overload, too much fencing for me.
You weren't enjoying
I
it.
didn't get the time to spend time with my family. I just like sacrificed like my siblings' birthdays, my parents' birthdays. I mean, I can go to the birthday, but first of all, it was like my training, and after my training, I can do whatever I want. And for me, I don't like that, because I remember like before fencing, I like to spend the time with my friends that it was from like ballet, and then for my friends of school, like they go to like, I don't know, to the theaters to see a movie, and I want to go with them, and I can't because I have like, I have to train,
That's
you
the
know,
sacrifice of a
and I
athlete.
don't blame it, because I have all my, you know,
Your accomplishments.
yes, but I'm still a human. I need to like be social. So at that time I didn't have it. And I said, you know what? I don't want to go to the Olympics. And he was like, and I talked to my mom, and she was like, whatever you decide, I'm with you. And she go to talk with my coach too. And she was like, if she don't want to do fencing, I'm not gonna like push her to do something that she don't want to do. So.
And then they were put back a year anyway.
So I remember my coach, he was like, no. Okay, if you don't want to fence, we can go on shopping. And I was like, no, I don't want to travel. I'm done. And he was like, we have to go, Natalia. You need to understand that they already paid the ticket. They already paid the hotel, everything. If you decide to continue doing fencing, you are not going to get like the support. Because they already paid you a tournament and you didn't win. So, and I was like, okay. And then I remember talking to my mom, and I said, like, okay, I'm going shopping to Belgium. And she was like, enjoy. Last tournament. What can happen? And I was like, okay. So I remember I went to Belgium, and then COVID.
Yep.
I was in Belgium, Don. And then, like, the president of Belgium, he just come and said, like, you know what? I was in a training camp, and he said, like, you know what? We're going to cancel this World Cup. You cannot travel. And I was like, what? And my flight to get back from Belgium, I was, like, landing in LAX. So I don't remember who was the president, but he said, like, no one is going to like come in the US when COVID starts. Yep. So they told me like, oh, you know what? You're going to stay in Belgium. I don't know how much time.
Forever.
And I was like, oh God. So I remember I talked to my mom. She called to my, at that time, president of the Mexican Federation, and she yelled at him, and she was like, you know what? I don't know how you're going to do it, but my kid, she has to be tomorrow in my home. Thank God I came home. And I think COVID, it was a really like bad season for everyone, but I rest. For me, I rest, like being in my home.
That's what you needed. You need to recharge your batteries.
And after that, I just said, like, you know what? I really like fencing. I don't like to like feel like that pressure, you know,
you don't like it as a job.
No.
Yeah.
So I start fencing. For me, Don, I never like expect to came in the U.S. college. For me, I just realized all my life in Mexico.
And then
after COVID, when normal life start going again, I went to a NAC, January NAC 2022 in San Jose. And I won the tournament. And after that, other colleges start to coming to me and start like, hey, Natalia, how are you? I'm going like
Remember
introduce
us?
myself. Yes. At that time, I already have two of my national teammates here in Ohio State. That it's Julieta Toledo and Diego Cervantes. So I remember that in 2019, after Pan Am's, Julieta, she came here. And I remember like after she came here, like our first national, she just like came into the fencing hall with all the Ohio State gear. And I was like, oh, girl, okay. I was like, oh, so posh. And Julieta was so exciting telling us like, oh, I like my experience in Ohio State is amazing. I love my teammates. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. But I never like thought that opportunity can be for me. You know, I was like, I'm going to study in Mexico. I was like, meh, okay.
Never know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you never know. So I remember after I won the NAC, people came here from other college, talked to me, and I was like, no. And then I met Dima, and Dima started talking to me, and he was like, you know what? We like to see if you're interested in come to college. And I was like, nah. And he was like, okay. So then Julieta started talking to me, and she was like, oh, you know what? Oh, we like to have a really nice team in Ohio State, and we are like, we want to know like if you're interested when you finish like your high school.
Yeah.
And at that time, I don't want it. I was like, no, I want to be in my home. But then I realized that if I'm staying in Mexico, I'm not going to do anything.
Sort of wasting your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the way I see it. I just say like, there's more world than here. So that's when you up here, Don sent me an offer to be part of Ohio State fencing. And I'm gonna say I declined, but I was scared to came here.
Yep.
I was scared to just came out of my zone.
Yeah, you were very content and comfortable and safe.
And I remember I couldn't send my papers. And I get another letter from you saying that, you know what, Natalia, you're not able to get to this semester, this autumn. Mm-hmm. But we still have
a spot for you. In January.
Yes. But first when I first read like the first paragraph, then you said like, you're not able. I was in that time done. I just feel like an ice bucket in my like falling from my head, like, and I was like, what am I doing? And my parents talk to me and they say like, Natalia, you're not seeing the opportunity.
Are you crazy?
That it's in front of you. Take it. Yeah. My mom telling me like, you know what? If I only have that a chance in my life, I will take it. So go. She was like, and I was like, Mom, I'm scared to just be like independent. That was like the whole problem, you know, because I almost being like with my mom and like being
and your
alone.
Grandma.
Yes, and being alone. It was like, what I'm gonna do? I don't know how to cook. What I'm gonna eat. Like, no. And I remember my mom told me like, Natalia, what can happen? Like you can go try it, and if you don't like it, you can back. Yes.
Yeah.
She told me home is always gonna be here, waiting for you. Go. My mom was like, fly, Natalia. You have to fly. You can stay
get
here.
Out of the nest.
Yes. Yeah. So I respond your email and I say, of course, I want to be in spring. Like, I have to go. And you say, like, let's fill this ASAP. So I remember I just sent everything in November. Mm-hmm. And I remember that I have like 2 months left before I start college. And I was trying to realize how it's going to be my life. First of all, because Spanish has been like my first language. Mm-hmm. And in school, I never like imagined that I'm going to like be in English school. So I didn't put attention for my English class. So I was like, okay, yes, door, open chair, table, thank you, water, food. So I was scared done because I was like, how I'm going to communicate to everyone, like how they're going to understand me. And my mom said, like, who they care? Talk. So
you did that anyway.
Yes. So I remember like when I came here to the OSU, I was so excited. First of all, because I was starting my college life. And second one, because I didn't know like OSU are going to be my second family. Mm. And this is something that I have to say it here. And thank you, Don, because you wait for me, you know, and you let me be part of this amazing team. Mm. And I will regret if I couldn't like take this chance, you know, because this is amazing. The life that I'm living right now with my teammates, it's amazing. I mean, you know, the experience I'm going to tell to my kids are going to be like so fun. So when I came here to the OSU, I was afraid what like other people are going to think about me, you know, because I was, first of all, I was came in spring instead of autumn.
Mid-year.
Yes.
Mid-year is a little harder.
Then I'm like older than everyone because I'm 23. So I start college 20, yes. And I was like, what the people are going to think about me? So, and then my first language is Spanish. So when I came here and the first time I crossed that door, everyone makes me feel like part of a family. Like if they already knew me like from years, you know? And I was like, oh, what is this? Like, and everyone like, hi, how are you? Good. And I was like, good. And I remember
first day of class.
Yes. And I remember, Don, that it was, for me, it was kind of hard, like the first semester, because I remember see everyone in school and the professor started talking and everyone started like typing in the computer. And I was like,
I don't even understand what you're saying.
Yes. And I was like, what are we doing? And he was like, oh, you need to write whatever she's like spelling. And I was like, I can't do that. Like, so I communicate to all my professors that my first language is Spanish. I've been doing that for like these 3 years. And I've been learning English.
Yeah, you're pretty good now.
But still, I mean, we're still there. We're still learning. But
yeah, always.
I'm so happy. But my fencing teammates makes me feel in home. And that was the first thing that I was like searching, feeling comfortable, you know, in home.
That family,
yes.
You're used to that family environment feel.
Yeah. Yes. So I came here and as I said, I started late the college because I took gap years to trying to qualify to the Olympics. I couldn't. And NCAA's get me like a punishment.
Yeah, they made you take a year, lost a year of eligibility. Yeah, because
I got years.
They wouldn't give you your second Olympic year, even though the Olympics were canceled for a year. They didn't want to give you that extra year. Yeah.
Well, everything's happening for a reason. So I remember when I came here and I know that I wasn't able for fence. At first, it was like frustrating because I was like training so much and training for what? You know, I couldn't be able for fence. Then you give me the opportunity to go with my teammates to the tournaments. And when I see the college fencing, it was like, oh, this is for me. I was so excited. Then I was like, oh, girl, you don't know who I am. And I was so excited then. And I say I was frustrating too because I see my teammates like fencing and I was like,
go get them.
I want
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
Please. So it was so excited. I was like, I mean, like the people, the energy that they bring, you know, in the tournaments. I remember like it was fencing bins against Commerce Kid. And it was in a meet. I don't remember. I think it was in St. John's. I don't remember.
Yeah, the elite. I mean, the Super Cup.
It was fencing
Notre
bins.
Dame.
I just remember bins.
Vince.
Yes. And he was fencing. And he won. And then everyone, and I was like, oh my God. I was so excited. And I was like, say thank you to God. Because I was like, thank you to bring me to this place. Mm-hmm. Because this is all what I want. You know, like enjoy this type of tournaments because I like to compete more in team event than individual. I think team event is like So it was a really good team, and then we host the NCAA that year that I couldn't fence. And I remember I see the NCAAs and I see the tournament, like how they work. Mm-hmm. It was so tired for my teammates. I see Luca fencing like both days. I was like, you fenced 2 days? I was like, damn, my knees.
And the level.
Yes. And how many bouts you fence?
23.
So many.
Over 2 days.
I was like, wow. You have to be like really prepared for this tournament. Right. Yes. And I was like, I think that helped me to see, you know, what I'm going to do next year. Mm-hmm. And fun fact that we have that season that I couldn't fence. One day we was in the fencing hall and my teammates said that they want to fence teams. So it was, my team was me, Julieta, and Julieta went to Olympics in Rio, and it was Maria. And the team that we was fencing against, it was Nolan, Luca, and Don. And they beat us.
I didn't beat you.
No, Don fenced really well. He threw up a line, and he was like, and it was like really fun tournament.
That was fun.
We enjoy that. And like this kind of activities, even like fencing with you, it was like so nice for me, you know, because we feel like family, like we enjoy, we're getting fun, but we're still working because they want to win and we want to win. So it was everything that I want. It was so fun. They beat us, but
that's all right. It was a fun turn.
Yes, but then NCAA is just like take me off my. What do you say?
Well, no, you served your penalty.
It's in a waiver.
Yeah, so then
you're free to go. Yeah, free to fence.
Exactly.
So
first time
when I was ready to fence, like able to fence, my mindset like changed completely, and I was like so excited because now it was my turn. You know, I was like waiting so much for fence to meet, and I prepared too much. My first meet I didn't win.
Yeah, it was the first meet.
Yes, I was nervous. I want to win everything, but because my emotions, I want to win everything, I wasn't like able to like.
Well, you had never been there before.
Mm-hmm. So I start like realize how these tournaments are going to be, and they are like so different than my tournaments.
It's different than watching them and being in them, for sure.
But the thing is that I was never like seeing fencing college. I don't even know that you can
Call a timeout.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I see like people saying like this,
Yeah.
I was like,
what is that? What's a timeout?
Yeah, what is this?
And a 5-touch bout.
Yes, exactly. It was like so weird, but I enjoyed. And then I think like for qualify for regionals and NCAAs, for me, it was easy because I worked so hard for that. I knew it. Like I was preparing myself to qualify for the NCAAs. And
you did.
And I did. And in the NCAAs, I got third, but I wasn't work for a third. But it's okay.
It's your first time.
Yes.
It's your first NCAA.
Yes.
You'll have 2 more.
I'm excited for what is coming ahead. And, well, something that I can say to everyone and to you is that I'm preparing myself for qualify, first of all, to NCAAs. Win NCAAs. My 2 years left. I'm going to win. And qualify for the Olympics in LA.
Absolutely.
That's my main goal. You know, right now, we are working for NCAAs. We want that title, and I know that me and my teammates, we are going to be able to get that title because we are working so much. Right now, the team that we have, the energy, the spirit, they are so brave. Like the freshmen, they're like lifting up like so much weight. You know, they are brave. And this is something that inspire me too much because I see that they want to get the title too. You know, we were working for that, Dawn. And I don't think we are going to make it.
We are on track to get this done.
Amen. Yeah. And, well, for qualify for the Olympics, for me, it's hard, but I'm glad that I'm here in the OSU. And thank you, Dawn, for all your support.
Oh, my pleasure.
And for being there. To me, even I remember that in the Grand Prix that you was looking at me and you were like, he was coaching me. And thank you so much. And you are part of this, like, of this results too.
Oh, thank you.
You are... Well, you're like a main piece because you let me be part of this team. Yeah. So I'm so honored to be part of the Donald Anthony team.
The OSU fencing team.
Yes, too. But yeah, Don, I think most of it I just getting love again with fencing. Mm-hmm. And I start enjoying. I think college fencing give me like that second like breathe.
All right.
I was so excited and I really like college fencing, and I hope people can come here and see us fencing and support us and
enjoy it.
Enjoy it, yes, of course.
Enjoy the show. Well, thank you so much, Natalia. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Hey, I look forward to seeing what this amazing season is going to be for all of us. Thank you for your leadership as one of the captains on the team this year. And we'll be back in here again, get an update, you know. So with that, Natalia Botello, world champion, NCAA finalist, and on her way to more great things.
Amen. Thank you so much, Dan, for giving me the time to share my experience,
your journey.
Yes, and well, for giving me the time and the opportunity to be part of this team.